Chris Newman here, Truth and Consequences. We're going to take on another model today. This one is the model for growth in relationships with the dynamic exchange of elements. And I have used this spiral in the middle to indicate that everything is kind of swirling in the world and that it flows into its other things, the energies and the growth and development, and continue into the next thing. And there's a movement, a constant movement, and it is a type of spiral, and it could be spiraling up into greater and greater expression, or down into smaller and more focused attention. If it's going greater, eventually it could just go pop and vaporize, and if it's going smaller and smaller, it could even collapse into itself, the model. On the physical side, you see I've got spiritual and physical. We've got our body again, and on the spiritual side we've got the spirit, and linking them we've got the mind, and I've brought in the soul. So we've got spirit, mind, body, soul, everything being integrated, not fractured or separated as the dialecticians would like to do, but unified. Now, because of course you're walking around and you're one unified being, aren't you? I mean, when you walk forward, your spirit isn't somewhere over there in a closet, not yet woken up. When you move, your spirit moves with you, and your soul and your body, and all the other aspects of your being move with you. So, the body is coordinated and it's sensitive to its surroundings, and it exists in the moment, in time and space, and it's all united within itself. You don't walk along and have your arm left in the car when you're going somewhere. It all stays with you. You keep going. So the body's action is temporal, conditional, and limited. On the other side, the will, which is the spirit, as a being of integrity, and it organizes your consciousness. Consciousness being levels of relationship and awareness and interaction with reality. Now, the truth, life and love are integral with spiritual growth and development. And over here with our little body, we've got water, food and clothes or shelter, which in a similar way nurture and keep the body in a state of good health. Let's go further. The mind, which has the intellectual function, is integrated with the soul, which continues with the emotional function, and the two of them are in communication through the flow within your being. So you can have a feeling and a thought, and you can have a thought and a feeling. They interrelate, and on an energized level, they're able to connect. And so the mind works on a physico-spiritual basis because there's a brain component there, and the brain circuit data link in with the intellect and the mind. And down here in the soul, the physico-spiritual part of it, again you see that circle there, is integrating the soul with the endocrine flow and the sensations that you get through your body. For example, you can feel or sense when you meet somebody, a person, someone you know, and maybe you're feeling a sensation of attraction or sudden concern or even repulsion, depending on the type of relationship. Those things occur with physical sensation, which having an emotional component. That's why I've got the endocrine flow affects the soul. This is very interesting because these two worlds are functioning completely within a human being. And over this side I've got the periodic table and the layers of you can see it in the creation, in the rocks. There's layers of rocks, there's layers of development, and the physico-chemical reactions. And over here we've got the energized frequencies and levels, which are spiritual, even though they have physical components, and we can pick them up, some of them, with our instruments. there are frequencies and levels which run right through us and which we're part of, which we can't see, and yet they have a deep effect on our being. Over here, these physicochemical reactions are so important in every part of us. I mean, even in your stomach, the way you digest your food, in your nervous system, when you act and do, say you might do fitness training or something, you're moving your system into and energizing it within these realms. Very interesting. Now, we've got on this side here energy, and over here we've got matter, particles, energy waves, whatever. Those are theories, but they're useful. We've got the intensity of the fields, and over here we have concentrations in solids and liquids. Concentration, so blood is more concentrated than water, for example. Now the mind and soul develop into, give us insight. When they coordinate, you get insight into a situation or an idea or a character, a story maybe. Over here on our body we have the eyes and the vision system that give us physical insight. We see into things. And in other words, our senses here, our physical senses are operating to bring us deeper in, because we are getting these dynamic exchanges of elements. So in a brief time, I've encompassed a huge topic, but this is a very interesting model because it enables us to see in a conscious sense what is going on. It is an educational model. That's why I use the whiteboard, because your eyes can see, your ears can hear, your mind can consider, and your emotional level can feel and sense what I'm talking about. And therefore, in your own being, you can catch an essence of this idea and use it if you need to. If you don't understand it, that's okay. You can do some your own homework and research, and you can write to me and make comments on the video so I can see how to direct future communications to help people come along with us. But we are building up a curriculum together which is explaining so many aspects of our lives from different angles, but it's all one point, and the point is your and my integrity and unity and being, which is of course experienced here in the center of all of this wonderful activity. Now, as it's a model, again, it's a dynamic model. It has limitations. It's not reality. It's a model of the elements that fit together to make us people. And it's much more satisfying to curious people like me, and I hope you, to bring in all these other elements rather than just, oh, there's mind and there's spirit and I have spirituality and I've got a body and I feed it. And what does it all mean? How does it work? How does it fit together? Very interesting questions, and I look forward to hearing from you, and I thank you for your interest and wish you well.